This is Karita Parks with Bowie Television at M&T Bank Stadium, where the Baltimore Ravens successfully got the victory over the Cincinnati Bengals with a 34-20 win on Thursday Night Football. Although it was a win, there is some major news out of this game. Tight end Mark Andrews, who went down in the first quarter, it has been confirmed that he has a season-ending ankle injury. Lamar Jackson, that's his right-hand man, so he reacted to the news with sadness, but he did say that they still have to find a way to get it done without him. And they will be able to do that because we saw tonight Lamar Jackson got his receivers more involved. Odell Beckham Jr. had his first game over 100 yards. Rashad Bateman, who's been waiting for his first touchdown of the season, he was able to get that. Zay Flowers almost had a touchdown, but Nelson Aguilar, he had a touchdown as well. Gus Edwards had a rushing touchdown. So after that, Lamar Jackson was able to spread the ball throughout his offense, and he's going to have to do a lot more of that going forward with the news of Mark Andrews being injured. After the game, Odell Beckham Jr., who left late in the fourth quarter with a shoulder injury, he did still speak to media. John Harbaugh said it's not anything serious. But one thing that Beckham said is that he felt the receivers were due for a big game. And for the most part, they had that tonight, and the chemistry can only get better going forward, as they all hope. The team has a couple of days off, and then they're back at it at practice next week as they get ready to face the Los Angeles Chargers on the road. This is Karita Parks with Bowie Television. Be sure to follow us for all your Ravens content.
I appreciate the opportunity to play in a game like this and for the opportunity to be victorious. And I also want to give credit to the fans. Our fans were really great. I mean, our fans were loud. They had to take delayed games. They had a tough time communicating out there. They couldn't get lined up numerous times as a result of the crowd noise. I mean, our fans were there. It was fun. It was a great environment to be in. The stadium, people that put the stadium together, and all the fireworks and lights and everything else and darkness. It was really just an amazing night. It was just a fun night in Baltimore. So our team played exceptionally well, and I'm proud of them for finding a way to win this game and play their best football. I do have one injury announcement to make. Unfortunately, on the negative side, Mark Andrews has a very serious ankle injury. It looks like a season-ending injury. So our prayers will be with Mark. Nobody cares more about the team and being there for the guys than Mark Andrews. So this is going to be hard for him, but we're going to be there for him all the way. Okay, what questions do you have?
John, it's also looked like that Lamar was battling through an ankle injury. How impressed were you that he was gutting it out through not being 100%?
Very impressive. I mean, the ankle, over there in the sideline when that deal happened, and bounced back and played the way he did. Still have some mobility with hanging there and make those throws. It was a impressive sprain. So I don't know any more details on that.
With your running game, you only had 30 yards rushing in the first half, and you really got to go in the second half. Was there changes, a commitment, different commitment to it? How do you explain what you got going there?
No, I mean, sometimes, the defense did a good job. They played good run defense, and I thought they made some plays. And, second half, we opened it up a little bit. So it's just, you got to keep pounding, keep smashing in there. And our guys were blocking hard and opened up for them.
Go ahead. After Mark goes down, it was kind of a group effort in the receiving core. I mean, Bateman gets in the end zone, Nelson gets in the end zone, Odell over 100. How big was it just kind of have everybody involved in the action?
Yeah, that's a good point. You guys are both making that point. I mean, that's what we wanted. I mean, that's kind of part of the plan. We want to be able to spread it around, give Lamar options like that. Lamar does a really good job of seeing the field and spreading the ball to where the ball's supposed to go. And then we got a bunch of guys that are able to do something with it. So, you look at Bateman, the catch he made in the end zone. You look at Odell, the plays he made. Of course, I think Zay set a record, for a rookie receiver ever. I just thought all those guys played outstanding. Even the young tight ends came in there. I mean, Charlie got a catch, and Isaiah played really well too.
I was just going to say, I hate to bring Mark's injury back up, but what kind of hole does that leave strategically for your team and also in the locker room as a leader among the guys?
Well, it's definitely something that we're going to have to fill in, and I think, like you said, it's going to be kind of like I don't know, maybe it's like sand or water. Everybody's going to have to fill that hole in and just smooth it over, and that's what they'll do. I think those tight ends are going to do great. I mean, those guys work hard every day. They're very talented, but everybody else is going to have to step up as well. And as a leader, he's going to be missed as a leader. I mean, he's a fiery, emotional guy. He's an energy bringer, every single day. So we're going to all have to make up for that too.
John, I don't know if it's too early and you haven't been able to look at the play, but on the tackle by the Cincinnati defender, it looked like it was a hip drop tackle, which is a controversial type of tackle, I guess, and it's been talked about. Is that representative to you at all of hip drop tackles, or have you noted that at all?
Well, yeah, it was definitely a hip drop tackle, to your point, and it is being discussed. It's a tough tackle. It was even necessary in that situation. The other one on the sideline, there's always plays that you send in to the league to have them look at and interpret for you.
John, speaking of injuries, Joe Burrow obviously goes out and come back in the second half. How does that sort of impact or change things defensively for you guys in terms of what you were able to do?
Well, I think our defense played outstanding. You played against their offense. You're playing against the fact that they run the same offense with whatever quarterback is in there. They kept running their offense, and he got out of the pocket a few times too. I thought Browning did a good job in that sense, but our defense played outstanding again. Led by this guy and all the other guys. Pat was all over the field. He had 11, 12 tackles, and I thought we did a great job with the zone pass coverage as far as running and tackling and keeping the ball in front. We didn't miss very many tackles at all. A lot of good tackling. Nothing got over our head. Our guys are you guys are mad about the last drive, aren't you? I mean, they're ticked about the last drive in there right now. That's what they're looking at that. So they've already got the pads out, I think, looking at it. So I love that. I love that about these guys. So, but yeah, it's tough when you lose your quarterback. That's we've had some experience with that, especially against this team. So it's part of it.
John, you moved to 20-3 at home in prime time, 8-0 on Thursday night specifically. What about playing under lights at home is impactful for you guys to be so successful, and specifically on a short week like Thursday night football?
Yeah, we just experienced some good favor, I guess, at home at night. And it was our crowd's amazing at night. I think our state, like I said, our stadium people do a great job. There's just a tradition here. These night games here are special. We'd like to get a few more of them. I'd say it was an electric atmosphere out there.
John, the job that Brandon Stevens did on Chase with New Marlin, again, does that just sort of speak to the kind of player he's become this year?
He did a great job. We played a little bit of man coverage out there, quite a bit, and I thought everybody did a good job. And Brandon, he's before the game. I saw him kind of getting off by himself, and he knew the challenge that that he was going to be faced with, and he just did a phenomenal job. He keeps stepping up, meets every challenge.
Related to Kyle Hamilton, he goes from safety, basket play, a lot of slot. He was real active, and I broke up a couple of those passes to Chase, if I'm not mistaken. How have you seen him grow into the player he is now?
Yeah, he just gets better every game. We put more on his plate every single game. But and a lot of the times what we were doing was we were showing some zero pressure and some different type of loaded zero pressures, and we brought a couple of them. But then we ran out of them a few times, and I thought he was the main guy in terms of selling to this guys. He did a great job.
John, Odell had the breakout game, as you mentioned, but he leaves with the injury. Do you guys know if he get out of it without a serious?
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. You know, I'm sure it'll be something he'll have to deal with. These guys all have stuff to deal with, but it doesn't look too bad.
John, did you get an explanation for the 2 administrative stoppages there? What did you say?
Yeah, there was drones. We heard there was drones. Is that what you guys heard?
Yeah.
We saw them up there, drones. That's the first. I mean, I thought I'd seen it all at the Super Bowl. The lights went to the Super Bowl. Now we got drones flying around.
And then you mentioned Lamar and just taking care of him. The way that he's going to the ground, is that something that you've talked about with him, Todd? Like, how's that going?
He wouldn't listen anyway. I mean, you know, he does how he does it. But no, he made some smart plays there as far as getting out.
Bowie has 4 sacks in 5 games since he came back from his ankle.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Should have given him a game ball. He's going to be mad at him.
Just what are you seeing from him?
He's playing great. His energy, he runs around, he chases screens down. I mean, I love Odell. He's one of my favorite players, people. I just love how much he cares. We got a bunch of guys like that. I go on about our players. I'm telling you, these guys are a special group of guys, you know, and you guys would get mad at me if I just listed. I'd list every single guy on the team. I'd list every guy in the practice squad. I mean, it's just fun walking in the locker room before the game. It's tense, man. We had energy. These guys are coming off. They played 4 nights ago, 4 days ago, in a tough game, a disappointing loss, a 4th quarter loss, right? They didn't listen to any of what you all wrote. You know, they didn't pay attention to you. You know, they listened, and to us, not to you. And they just got ready to play a really important division game on Thursday night at home, and they do it, man, and they work, and they just play hard, and they care about each other, and they want to do it for each other. You know, that's what a team is all about, and I just love every one of these guys, and you bring up the Dafe, it makes me think about him and everybody else.
We'll do 2 more for Coach.
John, you don't anticipate any problems with Lamar's ankle or foot or whatever it was?
We won't even count that as a question. That's kind of like, all the guys are hating, you wasted one of the 2 questions.
Okay, 2 more now.
Coach, as you mentioned, tough loss on Sunday, and now in a short week, the Ravens rebound and get that victory. Coming into another longer week on Saturday Night Football next week, what does this mean to you to see your team win?
See, there's a good question. Yeah, we'll be excited about it. You know, the guys get a little time off, though, get a chance to take a breather and rest a little bit, then they'll come in Tuesday afternoon and they'll be ready to go to work and get ready for the Chargers. Is there one more? No, we got Pat Queen. All right, thank you.
Mark, John started his press conference by telling us that it looks like Mark could be out for the season, and on the severity of his ankle, just off the bat. I mean, a guy that you trusted a lot, and gone through a lot with. How is that hitting you right now?
That's very tough, bro. I was just telling the crew out there, primetime crew, that's the guy who I entered the league with. You know, we've been bread and butter, with each other, whatever you want to call it. But that's very tough because that's my boy. That's like receiver 1 sometimes, and for him to go out first quarter, and he's been having a remarkable year. 1 touchdown away from a record, I think. That's tough, man. But we gotta somehow do it without him. We got Likely, we got Charlie, got guys who won't step up, but it's tough.
You mentioned peanut butter and jelly with you and Mark. What's it going to take for you to kind of get on nickname level with your receivers? Obviously, Nelson getting a touchdown, Rashad getting a touchdown.
We'll see as the season goes on. I was just saying whatever you guys want to call it with me and Mark because our connections be there. But we'll see. When the nicknames start rolling, man. We'll see.
Hey Lamar, how do you describe this victory and environment on Thursday night?
How do I describe it? A must-win. We really needed that after the defeat to the Browns, what we went through Sunday, a few days ago. But I like how our team responded and bounced back. Thursday night under this crazy crowd we had. It was electrifying tonight. I think I had to tell them calm down a little bit. Our crowd it was outrageous tonight, and we enjoyed it. But we're looking forward. We're looking forward to it. throughout the season.
Lamar, you were definitely visibly limping a couple times, made a trip to the tent. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, coach gave us a few days off, extra days off, so I feel like I'll be good for the Chargers.
Can you take us through what happened on that play? I mean, was there a moment in the tent where you were worried, or?
No, I'm trying to get back out there. I'm telling them I'm good, you know, but they're gonna do what they do to try to get us back on that field fast as they could, you know. But I'm good.
So, I mean, how did add on your ankle? You were wearing a blue sort of wrap on your ankle. Is that heat?
Yeah, it was a heat pack, but I'm good. We need to start talking about his ankle. I'm good. I just walked up here. I'm good. We gonna talk nothing to existence, you know, speak nothing to existence. I'm good.
Lamar, you've been trying to work on that connection with Odell all year. Do you feel like it's finally starting to click?
Yeah, I believe so. You know, as we keep going, you know, keep practicing, keep getting better each and every week, and him keep doing what he's doing, you know, I feel like our chemistry is going to be skyrocket.
Lamar, a couple days ago, Deshaun Watson, they announced that he's done for the year. So Joe Burrow leave tonight's game as someone who's been through injuries. I mean, how do you kind of make sense of guys in the division falling that, you know?
I mean, I'm not happy that those guys get injured. You know, I don't want to see nobody in the league get injured, and especially the season-ending injury, because those guys got to feed their family just like I do. You know, those guys are quarterbacks as well, even though we're going against each other, division rival, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody go down with a season-ending injury. But, you know, pray God on their side, you know, they keep God first at all times, and hopefully those guys have a safe and speedy recovery.
Lamar, you seem to react right away to the Andrews play. Did you sense by the way it was tackled that it was serious right off the bat?
I pretty much seen it. I was hoping he was going to get up, you know how he do, but when he was down, he was just laying there, like, with that confused look on his face. I was like, damn, that's my boy. You know, I don't want to see that happen to nobody, not just him, but that's my boy.
When you lose, like you said, you know, sometimes you're wide receiver one, sometimes with them. I mean, how big of a challenge is it going forward? Not going to have that.
You know, it's going to be. I believe it'll be a huge challenge, you know. But we, like I said, we have Charlie and Likely. Those guys are going to step up, and they've been playing their tail off as well, you know. But we're going to build chemistry, and it's going to be like. I don't want to say it's going to be like Mark, not there, you know, but he's not going to be there, you know, because it's a season injury. But those guys are going to step up.
Lamar, we saw you scramble a couple of times and go to hit the ground in a totally different way you've done it in the past. Is that to try to avoid getting that extra hit? Because you were rolling and spinning and, you know, falling to the ground.
Yeah, you know, I was just playing it safe. I don't want to get hit, you know, a crazy hit. I was just trying to get yards, much yards as I could and just get down, you know, there for the next play. That's all.
Lamar, how beneficial could this stretch be where you only have one game in 23 days?
I can't call it, Jeff. You know, we just got to win this game, this upcoming game. Had a bye week and just see how it goes. But hopefully we keep our foot on the gas.
We'll do two more.
Well, what was your vantage point on the Aguilar touchdown?
Say it again?
The deflection on the Aguilar touchdown. What did you see on that play?
When I see Zay doing like a middle post, I'm trying to zip it in there in a little small window. Pratt, you know, he deflected the ball, but Nelly did the right thing by, you know, telling that play, and he was out to the races. He was flying. You know, it's a Florida boy. You know, we got known for speed, so he turned on the chest. He did his thing.
Did you give him some tips on how to do the flip on that?
Nah, he need to give me some tips on how to do the flip, because last time I did it, I hurt my butt, and I landed. So he need to give me some lessons, because he did a whole somersault flip. That was crazy.
All right, thanks, Lamar.
I appreciate it.
How do you feel physically with like your shoulders, you know, closely?
Like Coach said, you know, it's not that bad. That's, you know, that's what he said. That's gotta toughen it up, you know what I mean, and we'll figure it out.
What Coach also said about Mark Andrews, it looks like season ending.
Yeah, we got the news while we were in here, and it's just tough. It's the hardest part about this game. You know, these guys put in endless hours of work, rehab, you know, the things that people don't see. They only see the final product. You know, for a guy like Mark, I know exactly, you know, he's in the training room. He's always getting his work. He's, you know, in the weight room. So it's just tough. So just as brothers, you got to be there for them. I've been through it. It's not easy. So just, it's very unfortunate. It's a big hit for this team. Mark has been an integral part of this, team since him and Lamar have been here. So we just got to find a way to step up. But right now, I think the moment is to be with him in spirit, and prayers up for his mental and pray over his heart.
No one guy replaces what Mark does, but Nelson scoring a touchdown, Rashad scoring a touchdown, you go to 100 yards. Do you think that's a sign of where the chemistry that Lamar has with the receiving corps is going?
It's just a step in the right direction. We could sit up here and, the game could have went a complete another way and the questions might be different. So try not to put too much into the moments and just be grateful for them and what they are. But I definitely think that there's guys in this receiver room who can make plays, but there's never no replacing. It's not even what Mark does on a stat standpoint. It's just who he is as a person for this team. So my prayers go to him. Like I say, praying over his mental and his heart.
Odell, do you feel like you're starting to get into a groove in this offense the last 2 weeks? A touchdown tonight, over 100 yards. How are you feeling in this offense?
Just keeping my head down, continuing to work. Early on in the season, I was hurting. I just couldn't be myself. I didn't have the explosion. I couldn't move the way that I wanted to, and I don't think people really knew, what I was dealing with. And it just was hard for me to come out and speak on it. Nor will I speak on it really now. It's just more about moving forward, being the very best that I could be for this team, and however I can make plays to help us get wins. I got to do that. Still upset about the blocking. Me and my mom talk about this all the time. You can score all the touchdowns in the world, but we talk about that moment where you spring the block for your boy to score, your brother to score. And it's unfortunate. I was the happiest, just seeing him on the jumbotron running and scoring. So, just got to find ways for the boys in the room to make plays.
Odell, to sweep Cincinnati this year and to move to 8-3 in this division, what does this win mean for this team overall?
It's a big divisional win. I've been in this division. I've been on the other side playing against the Ravens, so I know how tough this division is as a whole. But it's just a good step in the right direction for where we want to go. Got some time to recover and heal, and got a big game in LA, and then you get a bye week. So this season was set up perfectly to have some success, and hopefully we get the opportunity to make a run.
What does it say about for Lamar? I mean, he got banged up at the end of the first quarter with that ankle. For him to kind of gut this one out.
I mean, we all know who he is. You know what I mean? There's no ever questioning his toughness. I didn't think for a moment that he wouldn't be coming back in. It just might, how many plays? 1 play or 2 plays? You know what I mean? He's the leader of this team, and everybody feeds off him. So we seen him come back out, and it makes you like whatever you have going on, and you feel like you're hurting. Like he's out there. Like we all got to be out there. So it's a big leadership moment, by him, but. I definitely wouldn't expect him to come out, not on a game like that.
Odell, what's your reaction to Rashad getting his first touchdown of the season, knowing the adversity he's been through?
I'm not taking the credit, but I told him tonight was going to be the night. You just need those things to get that monkey off your back, and I'm just so happy for him, just to see him smile. We work so hard, and again, like I was saying earlier, people don't see the little things that you do, all for that moment to score a touchdown. The hours of rehab outside the building, the preparation, sacrifice and dedication, all those things. So I was so happy for him. Was happy for Nelly. Feel like I'm happy but disappointed because I know Zay was supposed to have one. The guys in the receiver room, we were due, for a big game. So I'm just happy for all of them. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it.
Okay, you mentioned that explosion or lack of really in the season.
Yeah.
Was it noticeable to Steve these last couple of weeks to you? Do you feel an uptick there?
I don't know. You might have to ask the other team. See, definitely, I feel better personally. It was very hard for me early in the season. The best thing that DeCosta and Harbs did, we were playing the Bengals last time, and they were like, it's a long season, just sit down, and that changed the entire trajectory of my season. I had the time to get my legs underneath me, and we're just trying to go up from here.
I try to look at the positive side. I know, what I can be. Once I, getting more, warmed up and, just honing in on my technique. I was out for like a month, so, I don't blame it on that. I got to be more focused on other things, but I like where I'm at.
Adafe, how big was this win really for you guys?
It was real big. We knew what type of game it was. Playoff implications. Joe back there. It's just a team that we always want to try to beat. Obviously coming back from the loss too. So that's why you saw the type of energy that we brought. I'm glad we got it.
Yeah, you mentioned coming back from the loss. What does that say about this team, the character, the resilience to just 4 days later basically and play like this?
That's like Super Bowl strength in terms of mentality. So we knew that we let one slip, and we weren't gonna let that happen. So I give kudos to Rowe, the leaders of the defense, and the leaders of the offense as well for getting the guys ready, prepared. And at the fourth quarter, when we went into halftime, we knew what we had to do. We couldn't let it slip away. We had to stay focused. I appreciate the guys for staying locked in.
Tavi, how would you describe the impact the crowd had on the game? A couple false, delayed game, communication stuff.
That's the bank. Always loud, always have an opinion on stuff like that. So we appreciate them. We appreciate them, stopping Joe's rhythm. It's always good to have that, and they're always at our back. Whenever a big play happens, you can just feel the energy. Like after my sack, I just felt the energy. It made me want to play stronger, play faster, play even better. So I really appreciate the bank.
How pleasing is it for you to be making these plays? You come back and you've kind of been on fire.
Yeah, it was tough, obviously, last year, and then getting injured. I felt like I was hitting my stride, but I just thank God. I'm making plays, I'm leaving a little bit on the table as well, but that's just more to build on, and I'm just blessed to be
Jeff, do you guys feel like you wanted to come out and make a statement, given the way you lost last week, and given the impact this beating the Bengals could have on them in the division?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We wanted to make a statement, not just win. I know for myself, I'm kind of mad Joe didn't finish the game because we wanted to make a statement with that, and we know, pundits are going to try to say it's because Joe wasn't there, but it doesn't matter who's out there. We try to dominate, we try to win. So just happy we got the dub.
Mark Andrews plays offense, but he's a team leader. What is the impact in this locker room? Coach said he may not play again this year.
It's a big blow, but we have a next man up mentality. I feel for him. He's always working hard. He's usually quiet, but you can tell his leadership is a type that it shows through his actions. So I'm praying for him, speedy recovery. But I think we got the guys to fill in the room.
Davi, what's it mean to beat the Bengals twice in the season?
That's big, especially division. A division rival like that. It's big to beat them. Playoff implications. Now we're going into a break. Just happy. It was a big ass win.
Entering the fourth quarter.
I scored, and they kind of calling me. Everybody was calling me, so I went ahead and jumped in.
2 wins over Cincinnati, a division rival. What it means for this team to be in this position now in this division?
I think it was a win that we needed at this time. Kind of felt like a playoff atmosphere out there. It's a team that always plays us hard, and we played a great game in all phases, and we got to keep building on this momentum.
What Mark Andrews does for this team. Coach mentioned that he might not play again this year. Just the impact of that news on a team that's otherwise doing pretty well.
It's real crushing, like I've been saying, that's one of our leaders, one of our best players. He's a guy that we would love to have out there, but I'm going to say a prayer for him, and I know that with his work ethic that he'll be back and he's not going to miss a beat.
Gus, what is it that's going so well for you right now? You've been kind of on a roll here the last several weeks. What is going so well for you right now?
I think, like I said, I feel like we're playing good football. We're playing great balance. The run game is coming together. We've been putting a lot of emphasis on that red zone and how we have to get points there, and everybody's been coming together and making it a must thing.
How would you kind of describe your mentality in the red zone? It seems like you've kind of been an answer for the offense down there.
Mentality is just my name is called upon. Just gotta do my best, you know, go on my path and get in there. That's what they want me here for, and that's what I gotta do.
You're scoring a lot of touchdowns. Are guys pressuring you to get more creative with your touchdown celebrations?
Yeah, they are. They want to get a dance out of me, but you know that's not really my thing. Maybe one day, though. You know.